to, actually. So hopefully we'll do that. Okay. Where are we now? John Perkins.
The ice story. Let's do that.
All right, let's do that. Well, the liberal city of Chicago is collapsing in real time. This weekend, bodies were just seen laying on the side of the street with bullet holes in them in some sort of a shootout, just laying there, cars driving by. Like, this is Chicago. Want to go take in a show downtown Chicago? Just step over the bodies as you go downtown. No one stopped to help them. People just driving by. All night long, this happens. And now Latin street gangs in Chicago are now ordering their illegal immigrant members to shoot on sight when ICE is conducting ICE raids. DHS officials are reporting this. Watch.
Federal agents here in the Chicago area are on alert tonight, following word they are being targeted by leaders of a major street gang. This comes as Border Patrol agents are attacked by an individual shooter. Senior correspondent Mike Tobin has the story here in Chicago tonight.
Chicago police get caught in the unrest in the Little Village neighborhood after DHS says a man drove up in a Jeep and fired shots at Border Patrol agents. Back. Now, after shell casings and video were collected from the scene, multiple agencies tracked the shooter and a suspect is in custody.
An illegal alien that has a past felony conviction for firearms. This suspect's in custody, and they're pursuing leads based on this suspect. It appears he was in the Jeep, and he was armed.
So this is all too common. Liberals getting together to now build avoid ICE kits with whistles and everything. I mean, this is unbelievable. They're getting together. If you want to like volunteer as like a wealthy white person who doesn't live anywhere near any of the problems, you can come together and create ICE awareness kits with whistles and everything so that like you can avoid ICE, and now targeting ICE specifically. Terry Newsome knows all about this. Of course, he is the host of Behind Enemy Lines in Chicago, in the Chicagoland area, and he has been out on the streets seeing what is happening here. Terry, welcome back to the show. Great to see you.
Thank you both for having me back on. I appreciate it.
So, I mean, you're seeing this now, Latin gangs specifically calling out shoot on sight ICE agents.
Yes.
Does this surprise you at all?
No, the Little Village area is full of Latin kings. That's where a lot of the trouble's been occurring. You probably saw that recently with the Jeep and so forth. So they're not only calling to like shoot ICE, they're also giving $2,000 rewards to give G2 or intelligence on some of these officers. I have a friend that lives in the area where I grew up. He's getting ready to buy a house. They already knew about it. They put it. He had to back off of the house. He just had a child. He's been with ICE for 7 years. Brand new baby. He had to go to a different location. So they're going out of their way to try to identify these people. And then we have Mayor Johnson and Pritzker, who are emboldening these people, right, with all their statements about jackbooted thugs and they deserve this, Nazis, all these crazy things that are occurring by our politicians and by the media, who's not given the true full picture of what's going on with many of these arrests. For instance, the one woman, they said that ICE charged into a kindergarten school and ripped this teacher out from the school. It wasn't true. They were in pursuit of her. She pulled over and she ran back into the school and was arrested within the foyer of the school. And they're blaming the ICE officers for raiding the school itself. And if you remember the very first day when Holman said he was going to come to Chicago, remember back in the winter, and he backed off. Well, they said that they were going to schools and they were surrounding schools and going to start arresting people. They're creating this narrative to put our officers at risk as well as the communities at risk.
And what is the goal then? Because they're not going to push ICE back. ICE has said that they are looking in, and we're not supporting or defending certain types of, let's say, community shakedowns or whatever. But there's no discussion here about where is this going to end other than anarchy.
I said this before, and I'm sure you probably did. I think the Democrats are trying to push us into their second civil war that they're starting. I really do. I believe they have no other policies or anything to move forward and take power and control, and they're starting to divide us again. We know that Pritzker's going to run for president, right? He thinks he puts him on this national stage with the radical leftists. We've got Mayor Johnson. He got a 6% approval rating. So now we're having the media over and over and over again hitting ICE agents, hitting Trump, hitting Holman instead of hitting these guys for the bad policies that's ruining our state, the city of Chicago. So I think they're trying to deflect and take advantage of the media utilizing their opportunity to make us look like bad people. When I say us, ICE, and people on our side that want illegal criminal aliens out of America.
Yeah, you mentioned Brandon Johnson. Of course, he came out, I think, yesterday and called on the United Nations. Like, he gave this impassioned speech calling on the United Nations to step in to stop Trump using his own federal authority with National Guard and ICE to come in and arrest illegal immigrants in the city, violent illegal immigrants in the city. The United Nations. I mean, talk about a globalist nut job.
Yeah. Chicago's been a war zone. Everybody knows that. Now, all of a sudden that we're arresting criminal illegals, he's going to go to the UN and beg for them to come and help save the city of Chicago. He doesn't care when his own people within his community shoot and kill babies and innocent people when they do drive-by shootings. But now, all of a sudden, when we're picking up these criminal illegal aliens, he's worried about the communities. Even when we had those centers in Chicago, he hired Garda World Security from Canada, which is an international organization that does security for the UN. He paid those people. When me and Ben Berquam tried to go and physically film from public areas, they would come out and hit us and push us, attack us, smack our phones. This is the type of stuff that these Democrats are trying to hide. They don't want us to see the truth. Matter of fact, they have a wanted poster for me, Betty Johnson, Ben, and other folks that go to the ICE center to film these people attacking ICE officers.
Right. So they have a new, I guess they're calling it like ICE. What are they calling it? Tic-tac-toe or something like that? They've got a wanted poster picture of you and a bunch of other individuals, reporters and otherwise, basically targeting you, like come after you.
Yeah, this is Antifa, and they have our pictures on a bingo card, and then they have an email address to Antifa. That's Antifa's email address to let them know if they see any of us at these ICE facilities. I go there, every time we go there peacefully, we get attacked. Just this weekend again, we get attacked by them. We don't go in there, start a confrontation. And the Democrats like this, right? I got attacked at Lombard 2 months ago, and the police refused to arrest the woman. All I said is, do you support Trendelargua? She got in my face, smacked my phone, tried to drag it out of my hand, and the police wouldn't do anything. I mean, they're on the side of these criminals.
Now, speaking of criminals in Chicago, I mean, this is only one subset of gangs. These are the Latin gangs, but Chicago also has a problem with black gangs and black on black violence. Yes. Where do they exist? Where do they come down on they're just neutral observers? That seems unlikely. So don't you think that, I mean, tell me the story. I don't want to speculate.
No, that's okay. So Little Village is Hispanic, right? I mean, obviously they're in the Hispanic. Chicago's full of Hispanics, Mexicans, right? I mean, that's matter of fact, my friend said they're arresting all kinds of people, Russians, Polish, but I mean, our population is mostly Hispanics, right, with the illegal aliens. So they're going into these neighborhoods. I have friends that were gangster disciples, older guys my age. They are upset with this stuff. They want to get rid of these guys, right? And I think one of the times we were in your show, we're talking about some of these Trendelargua gangs are starting to creep into the African-American territories. And there's been a couple skirmishes, right? So the African-American gangs do not want these guys here, right? I mean, it's competition for their turf, right? So anything that you hear otherwise about the African-American community are leftist shills. They're leftist shills. The African-American community in Chicago want them out of the city of Chicago. Anything else you hear is a blatant, absolute lie.
Richard Porter has written a piece for Real Clear Politics. This really hit me hard because it just shows you how disconnected we are in the United States right now. I would encourage all of you to read it. It's called The Party of Whatever It Takes, Illinois Democrats' Descent into Defiance. I'm just stunned that 84% of Democratic primary voters in Illinois say, yes, do whatever it takes to stop ICE. 84% of Democratic voters in Illinois are fine with do whatever it takes. That means kill them, attack them, dox them, go after them. You're in favor of your city and your state descending into absolute chaos because of illegal immigration. Like, what bizarro world do we live in?
That's the brainwashing of the media. I think the media is probably equally, if not more dangerous than the Democratic Party, right? Because they have some sense of legitimacy because they're not controlled like the government is in China, North Korea. Well, you know what? They are controlled by the Democrats. They're controlling the narrative, and they're dividing our country further and further, including all these whack jobs in the state of Illinois, where I spent my whole life. The media does not cover what's going on here. I just went to a Marriott hotel 2 days ago in suburb over here because they were protesting the ICE agents there, and they would go back at night and try to keep them awake. I was there 5 seconds. Woman starts getting in my face, yelling how much she hates me, knows me by my name, and then she says she wishes I was dead, like Charlie Kirk, simply because I'm against illegal aliens flooding our country. It's remarkable on how dangerous this media is in the city of Chicago and state of Illinois, because people are isolated. And if you don't have enough common sense to look at other media outlets, they're being brainwashed by the left.
They think they can intimidate you, right? I mean, I think that's what they think they can do to you. Maybe they don't know who you are, right? There was even an alderman there who told me I couldn't stand on the sidewalk. I'm standing with all these protesters. He goes, I have a badge. He had his badge that he's an alderman. I'm like, I'm not going to say what I said to him, but he's like, who are they going to tell me that I cannot count? They could protest. They could protest law enforcement, and we are peaceful. I never start trouble unless they start it first, but never go there with the intent to start trouble, and they're always wanting to attack us. The one lady wanted to push me in the street. Go in the street, Terry. They're nuts. They're crazy, and things are going to get worse because the media is enabling it. And the Democrats want this division to happen to distract from their awful policies that's ruining our country. Terry Newsome, thank you for standing up for this country. Thank you for trying to stand up for the people of Illinois who maybe don't have a voice in all of this because the crazy Democrats are running the show there right now. Someone in our chat room just
behind
said,
enemy lines. Enemy lines.
That's where you are.
I just want to point this out. Who's her name? Jennifer Beelege? The woman who has been behind all the money in trans and the Pritzkers. There's a story there. Jennifer Bielek is her name. Have you seen it?
I am not familiar with her, but I know the Pritzkers are behind all this indoctrination and tampon machines in the boys' bathroom, all the stuff my kids just graduated high school. It's disgusting.
Yeah. So look into some of her early talks that are gender critical about the power behind the Pritzker family, pharmaceuticals, transhumanism. I'm just going to leave it right there. The rest of you,
I will.
That's a power up. Okay. You guys can take that or not. It's amazing. So, you can make this connection about like social decay and transhumanism. There's a lot there. That's all I'm going to say. We don't have time for it, but it's always great to see you. Thank you for coming.
Thanks, Terry. Great to see you.
Thanks.
All right. Coming up on the show, we're going to talk about the rise